So look, in my opinion, the standard version of Windows 11 is a mess. I'm talking about from the time that you just install Windows, where you have to go through the OOBE phase and you're forced into a Microsoft account. You see a bunch of ads during the OOBE setup screens. Microsoft 365 is forced on you. Xbox Pass is forced on you. By the time you get to the desktop, the start menu is bloated with apps that you don't even want installed. Stuff like Microsoft Edge and OneDrive being forced on you without you even wanting to use them. The widgets on the taskbar, the ads in the start menu search, constant notifications, default Windows Spotlight wallpapers that just acts as a gateway for more ads, and any other annoyances you might have in Windows 11. Now, right here on the screen, I've got one of these stock Windows installs that I just described to you, but I've also got Winhance, which is an application that I developed to fix all of these annoyances that I just mentioned. With Winhance, you can remove the Windows apps and features that you don't want on your system. You can also apply a ton of optimizations related to privacy and security, power optimizations, gaming and performance settings, Windows update settings, notification settings, and sound settings. You can also apply customizations like Windows theme settings, taskbar settings, start menu settings, and Windows File Explorer settings. For example, if you wanted to apply the classic context menu in Windows 11, which, if you didn't know, is if you right-click, this is the new context menu in Windows 11, but if you click on Show More Options, this is known as the classic context menu. So if you always want it to be displayed this way, then you can just apply the classic context menu in Winhance, and that'll then be applied to Windows 11. And this will now be the default context menu. If you wanted to apply some gaming optimizations to your Windows installation, then you can just come over to the gaming and performance section and toggle the settings that you want to toggle to get better performance when running games on Windows. If you wanted to remove or uninstall any of these Windows apps and features, then you can just select the items that you want to uninstall, click on Remove Selected Items, confirm the prompt, and it'll then uninstall those items that you just selected to be uninstalled. Now, while you can do all of this manually and go through every setting yourself, Winhance also has the option to import the recommended config file. And if you select that option, at the time of this recording, it's going to uninstall 48 of these Windows apps, and you can choose to process the app removals instantly, or you can just select the checkboxes and do it yourself manually afterwards if you want to make changes to it. The same goes for external apps, and these will be installed automatically, or you can choose to install them manually afterwards. You can then apply all of the optimization settings in each of these categories, as well as the customization settings, also clean the taskbar, clean the start menu, and also choose to apply the default wallpaper for the selected theme in the Windows theme section, which in this case will be the dark mode wallpaper. So if you wanted to fix all of the annoyances that I mentioned at the start of this video in 1 to 2 minutes, then you can just import the recommended config file. I would recommend to just uncheck the external apps section for now so that it doesn't install any apps. Then click on OK, review the items that'll be removed from Windows, and these are all displayed on a list. Now I'm happy with all of that, so I'll just click on yes, and it'll then apply the recommended config, and all you have to do is sit back, relax, and watch while Winhance enhances Windows with the desired settings. And once this is done, you'll have a Windows 11 experience that's much better than the stock version of Windows 11. Once it's done, you'll see that the configuration has been applied successfully, and if you close this prompt and minimize Winhance, you'll now be inside of a much cleaner and much faster Windows 11 installation. If I open the start menu, there are absolutely no pinned apps and no recommended section. You can then go ahead and pin any apps to the start menu that you want to use. For example, the File Explorer and settings. You can also see that the taskbar is completely clean. There are no pinned apps, no widgets, no search bar, none of that whatsoever. And you can pin the items to the taskbar that you want to use. For example, the File Explorer, I can pin that to the taskbar for easy access. If we go to the settings, some of the stuff that were changed is in the notifications section of system. Notifications have been disabled. Privacy and security settings, all of those items have been disabled so that you don't get personalized offers and personalized ads in Windows. Same thing with all of these other permissions, speech permissions, inking and typing. diagnostics and feedback, it's all been disabled to reduce telemetry, and the Windows update has been set to only check for updates and not install them automatically. And it's also just going to check for security updates and prompt you to install those. No feature updates will be installed by default. In the File Explorer, it also opens to this PC by default, and some of the file and folder options has been enabled by default, like showing file name extensions and hidden items, and some of the items in the navigation pane have been removed, like the gallery and home folders, which I don't think a lot of people use anyway. So that's how you can take the stock standard version of Windows 11 and remove most of the annoyances from it in just 1 to 2 minutes if Windows was already installed. Now, when you run Winhance for the very first time, it is going to create a system restore point, and this is just so that you have a way of going back to a previous version of Windows before you ever ran Winhance on your computer, so that if something goes wrong or you just want to revert the changes, you can just use this Windows restore point to revert all of the changes. Winhance also has some advanced tools called Wimutil, or the Windows Installation Media Utility, where you can create custom ISO files, and you can also generate an auto-unattended XML file. If you don't know what an auto-unattended XML file is, it's an official Microsoft feature where you can add this file to a Windows ISO to customize Windows during the installation, and it's generated based on your selections in Winhance. So only apps selected on the Windows app screen will be uninstalled automatically during the Windows installation process, and the settings in the optimize and customize screens will be added according to their current state in Winhance. So you can use this feature to debloat, optimize, and customize Windows during the Windows installation process, so that by the time that you get to the desktop, Windows will look like this already, where you'll have a start menu with no pinned items, a taskbar with no pinned items, no widgets. All the privacy settings will already be set up for you. All the File Explorer settings will already be set up for you. All the power settings will be already set up for you. Basically, all the Windows settings will already be set up for you, and you'll just have to install any external software that you use, like browsers or any other software, but you don't have to waste time changing any Windows settings or getting Windows set up the way that you want it to be set up. Now, I've made in-depth guides about this already on my channel, and I'll link all of those videos at the end of this video so you can check it out. But I really hope this video was of some sort of value to you. If it was, please give it a like and consider subscribing to the channel, and leave a comment with your thoughts down below. As always, I just want to give a special shout out to all of my YouTube members. Thanks so much for your support. I really appreciate it, and I'll talk to all of you guys soon.